Did you know that something as ordinary as eating a few undercooked beans could send you straight to the emergency room, sometimes within just a few hours? It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Even a single serving of certain beans can contain up to 70,000 units of a natural toxin called phytohemagglutinin. This isn't just a sensational claim, it comes directly from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, based on real cases of foodborne illness, especially among adults over the age of 60. And the reality is, this is only one small part of a much bigger problem. Beans are often celebrated as a cornerstone of a healthy plant-based diet. They're packed with protein, fiber, and a wide array of vitamins and minerals. But as we move into our later years, our bodies change in ways that make us more vulnerable. Digestion slows down, nutrient absorption isn't as efficient, and our immune system doesn't respond as robustly as it once did. The very beans that once seemed harmless can now quietly wreak havoc, triggering inflammation, destabilizing blood sugar, or even interfering with essential medications. Even more concerning, many older adults are eating these potentially problematic beans on a weekly or even daily basis, completely oblivious to the risks. Hidden within these so-called healthy foods are compounds like lectins, enzyme blockers, and fibers that our bodies struggle to handle as we age. These substances can act like a wrecking ball in an aging gut, causing irritation, discomfort, or worse, fueling silent inflammation and accelerating the aging process from the inside out. Unless you're cooking these beans perfectly every single time, or better yet, avoiding them altogether, they could be quietly speeding up everything from immune decline to chronic inflammation. That's why today we're pulling back the curtain to reveal the top 5 beans you should never eat after the age of 60, and why even a single serving could put your gut, your blood pressure, or even your kidneys at serious risk. Stick with us to the very end, because the number 1 bean on this list is the most surprising and potentially the most dangerous, especially if you've ever dealt with heart or kidney issues. Before we jump in, if this information is helpful, take a moment to like this content, subscribe for more, and share it with someone you care about, especially if they're eating these healthy beans every day without realizing the hidden dangers. Let's start with number 5, red kidney beans. These beans top the list of kitchen hazards for good reason. Most people assume that soaking them overnight is enough to make them safe. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Undercooked red kidney beans contain extremely high levels of phytohemagglutinin, a potent plant lectin that's especially toxic to humans. This is particularly concerning for older adults, whose gut lining is often more fragile with age. Just 4 or 5 undercooked red kidney beans can lead to severe nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and incapacitating abdominal cramps. For seniors, this level of distress can quickly snowball into dehydration, dangerous electrolyte imbalances, and in some cases, hospitalization. The problem is compounded by the popularity of slow cooker and crock-pot recipes, which often use dry kidney beans without boiling them first. Unlike bacteria, which can be eliminated with moderate heat, lectins are extremely heat-resistant. To neutralize the toxin, red kidney beans must be boiled for at least 10 minutes at a rolling boil. Anything less leaves you at risk for exposure to a protein that binds to your intestinal lining, disrupting the absorption of nutrients. But the danger doesn't end with red kidney beans. Recent studies in older adults highlight an unsettling trend. Even low-level, long-term exposure to lectins, the natural compounds found in many beans, can erode the gut's defenses over time. This can increase the risk of leaky gut syndrome, chronic inflammation, and even autoimmune issues. With age, the gut lining naturally becomes thinner, and immune response is slow, meaning your body is less able to defend itself against these silent threats. While red kidney beans are undeniably rich in fiber and iron, the question remains, is it worth the risk? Unless you're confident they're cooked to perfection, the potential harm outweighs the benefits. Canned varieties are generally safe, as they have been thoroughly cooked beforehand, but dry kidney beans require meticulous preparation. For most people over 60, the wiser choice is to seek safer alternatives. Moving on to number 4, soybeans. This might come as a shock, since soy is often hailed as a hero in the world of health foods. From spreads to protein shakes, soy is everywhere, but not all soy products are created equal, especially when you're over 60. There's a world of difference between traditional soy foods, like miso or tempeh, and highly processed soy protein isolates found in meat substitutes and snack bars. The main concern here is isoflavones, plant compounds with estrogen-like effects in the body. In small amounts, they may offer some benefits, but in excess, they can interfere with thyroid function, disrupt hormonal balance, and lead to symptoms such as fatigue, brain fog, and weight gain, issues that are particularly problematic for older adults. One study published in Environmental Health Perspectives showed that high consumption of processed soy can alter levels of thyroid-stimulating hormone in just a few weeks, a major warning sign. As we age, thyroid dysfunction becomes more common, and soy may quietly aggravate this dysfunction. Processed soy also contains trypsin inhibitors, which make protein harder to digest, and phytic acid, which blocks the absorption of essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc. These minerals are vital for maintaining strong bones, a sharp mind, and a resilient immune system. For those who enjoy tofu or edamame, especially in fermented forms, you're likely in the clear. But if soy-based products are sneaking into your meals several times a day, it might be time to reconsider. Number 3, fava beans. Also known as broad beans, they might seem like a gourmet treat. However, for older adults, especially those with a genetic enzyme deficiency called G6PD deficiency, which affects over 400 million people worldwide, fava beans can trigger a life-threatening reaction. Many people have this deficiency without realizing it, making fava beans a hidden danger. Here's what happens. G6PD is crucial for protecting red blood cells from oxidative damage. Without enough of this enzyme, compounds in fava beans can overwhelm the body, causing red blood cells to rupture, a reaction known as hemolysis. This can lead to fatigue, jaundice, dark urine, and in severe cases, kidney failure. Seniors are especially vulnerable, as their systems may already be weakened by age or underlying health issues. The risk is so strongly associated with fava beans that the reaction is called favism. If you haven't been screened for G6PD deficiency, it's safest to avoid these beans entirely. Number 2, lima beans. They may bring back memories of childhood meals, but lima beans contain cyanogenic glycosides, compounds that can convert into cyanide in the body. While U.S. regulations require commercially sold lima beans to be low in cyanide, beans from other sources could pose a serious threat, especially for seniors whose bodies detoxify harmful substances less efficiently. Even moderate exposure can cause nausea, dizziness, and confusion, while more serious cases can result in breathing difficulties or even death. Proper preparation involves boiling lima beans for at least 10 to 15 minutes with the lid off, but not all cooking methods reach the necessary heat. For older adults, the risk simply isn't worth it. And finally, number 1, baked beans. This may be the most surprising entry on the list. Soft, sweet, and easy to chew, baked beans are a pantry staple for many seniors. But the real danger isn't the beans themselves, but what they're stewed in: large amounts of sugar, sodium, and chemical preservatives. Just 1 cup can contain more than 20 grams of sugar and nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium, half of the daily recommended limit for older adults. This combination can drive up blood pressure, destabilize blood sugar, and fuel chronic inflammation, all while disrupting the gut microbiome. Over time, these effects can contribute to cognitive decline, poor immune function, and a host of other age-related problems. The key takeaway? Not all beans are created equal, and as we age, it's critical to know which ones to embrace and which to avoid. By making informed choices, you can protect your health, support your longevity, and continue enjoying the benefits of a nourishing, plant-based diet without the hidden risks.